Streaming is nothing new.
When I'm gaming, it's like I'm gaming with friends.
Gambling is as old as time. What happens when the two collide and you throw something as volatile as cryptocurrency into the mix?
It's a full screen! It's a full screen! Big numbers! Big numbers!
You get a hyperactive spectacle that millions of people love to watch.
With fun, cartoony animations and some more adult in tone than others.
This game.
But while there are chances to win big,
That's how we do it! That's how we do it!
there are chances too of big losses.
You're watching people gamble away, their parents' entire life savings in one hit, and it's nothing to them.
London, how y'all feel about Drake?
But first, let's talk about Drake.
He's one of the world's biggest stars, and he, along with some of the internet's biggest personalities, has become the face of a new era in gambling. That is crypto casinos.
How y'all feel about one of the top 5, if not goddamn arguably, the best rapper to ever come in this game, hit after hit?
Trying to play some roulette, to be honest.
When he's not on stage performing for his millions of fans, Drake loves to play roulette online.
This is in honor of our 11. We said we're doing it tonight.
As well as virtual slots. He and his fellow streamers put down enormous wagers. Here, XQC, who has a combined social media following of almost 17 million followers, throws down almost $190,000 in one go. But there are massive losses too. In that same stream, he began with more than $700,000 and dropped to less than $200 before leaving with just $27,000. Some streamers wager money almost carelessly. For example, placing auto bets, which is where the computer plays for you, to the extent streamers will actually get up and walk away only to find out if they've won or lost on their return.
Are you
And wagers are placed rapidly. This streamer is betting $10 every second. Popular streamers like Drake have landed massive deals with crypto casinos, a type of casino that's banned from operating in the UK. There are more than 500 English-language crypto casinos worldwide, but the one you're most likely to have heard of is Stake.com. That's who's partnered with Drake. And Stake have also sponsored Everton, Watford and Gillingham football clubs, as well as the Alfa Romeo F1 team. It's hard to verify how much money these sort of deals are worth. This streamer, known as Trainwreck, claims he was paid $360 million across 16 months to stream himself gambling online. HasanAbi is one of the most popular streamers out there.
I turned on $500,000 to play poker on stream.
I asked him, what's the appeal behind this phenomenon?
It's exciting. It's easy content. You just sit there, you click on a link, you click for one moment, and then the excitement is built in and the drama is built in. You're watching people gamble away, their parents' entire life savings in one hit, and it's nothing to them. But I guess that can be captivating.
These videos are hours long. This screenshot shows how one group is streaming their gambling 6 days a week, mostly from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. That's 19 hours a day. There are hundreds of these casinos to play on, and if you're someone who goes on streaming sites like Twitch or Kick, you've probably already seen some of the videos featuring them. Some streamers have millions of followers and are gaining more by the day, while the amount of money being wagered on these casinos is even higher. But is that money and glamour as it seems? And is it all above board? It's a controversial world, with Twitch telling us they've gone to significant lengths to reduce gambling content on Twitch and have banned a number of gambling sites from our service, including Stake.com. I found 2 streamers who would talk to me for this investigation.
But they were so anxious about speaking out that I've agreed to keep their identities anonymous.
Both men, who we're calling David and Joe, were drawn in by the thrill and fun. Both say they are now gambling addicts and warn that these casinos can ruin lives.
My life went from one of the greatest highs it's ever been to now I feel like I'm going through one of the toughest struggles in life. And it just happened so fast. I just couldn't stop. It turned me into a person who had always been about serving others, into a very selfish, self-centered person. It eroded my integrity, which has been the most painful thing. And it caused a lot of pain to my friends and family around me. I would lie just to get extra money to keep playing in the casino.
I just wanted to kill myself. It's only thoughts, I would never want to do it. It's just thoughts, like, I want to escape from this. The people I spoke to were like, you know, I gambled once, I just never liked it afterwards. I was just like, damn, I wish that was me. Why did they get me?
It's not just the streamers who are being damaged by these casinos. Zach, not his real name, has a gambling addiction. He spiralled into thousands of pounds of debt before signing up to GamStop, the gambling self-exclusion scheme. This blocked him from all UK online casinos, and Zach hadn't gambled in years. That is until he says social media sites began serving him videos of streamers gambling on crypto casinos. Videos which led him to relapse, gambling his life savings of £10,000 away in less than 2 hours.
I remember watching the stream online and seeing a person get what you call a max win. So they'd won technically 5 million supposedly in one go. And I start to think that now I've got all this money I've lost over years from gambling. And I kind of then got this feeling that why are they getting it? Is this a better way to do it? And it kind of was just a lapse in my judgment. And I ended up buying a crypto coin, thinking I'll have a go, just see if it's any different. And then before you know it, that single deposit turned into 10 within the space of a few hours. And I've gone through my entire savings for 2 years in about the space of an hour and a half. I spent years paying off all my debts, then in the space of a few hours, I've lost everything.
Some viewers say these videos help them stay away from their own problem gambling. Here's a streamer reading out viewers' stories that they'd sent in to him.
Since I've been watching you, I haven't gambled at all, had a really couple of weeks, but watching the stream and being part of the community has helped a lot. Love you, big guy. I signed up to GamStop, feel much better about it all now. Much prefer watching you every night, you've helped massively. I'm glad, Scott, I'm glad.
I wasn't sure what to make of these two extremely different experiences.
Hi, Matt.
So I asked Matt Gaskell, a leading NHS psychologist.
Yes, how are you? I think for people who are going into recovery, you could see this in two ways. One is that it could be a helpful step to complete abstinence and moving completely away from gambling-related stimuli. On the other hand, though, it's still a potential for a high-risk return and a relapse to gambling just because of the nature of what this content is and the way it encourages people into gambling and into very high-risk forms of gambling. And the slot machine, of course, is the golden goose of the gambling industry. It's the highest risk product, arguably, on the market. The data from the Gambling Commission suggests that 45% of players will be harmed by playing slot machines.
In fact, the small print on these slot machine games show they pay out less than a gambler puts in. For example, this game has a return of 96.38%. That means if you put in £100, you're likely to only get £96.38 back. Let's look closer at the money. Each streamer's deal is different, but I found there are options to earn money from: partnership fees, commission from players, but also monthly VIP bonuses. But they also have a pot of free money to gamble with. I'll explain.
There's an open secret in the world of crypto casinos, one that new viewers won't know about, and one that even for me, when I knew what I was looking for, found it hard to verify. Fake money, house money, credits.
Some wager their own money, but that's not always the case.
In many streams, the money being wagered has actually been provided by the casinos.
Both our anonymous streamers say they've played with money provided by two casinos that we've decided not to name.
My sponsored deal was for slots. They would give me an allowance. They gave me $75,000 to play with per stream, which was pretty good. But it got to the point where I wouldn't even stream it. I would just use those credits and I would just wait for those credits to unlock.
They gave me fake money. They would give me a fixed contract where at the end of this stream or whatever, we will pay this much, but we're going to put fake money in your balance and you can just gamble it away and do those fake reactions and all that. A lot of streamers have that.
Many streamers get a cut of bets made by anyone who signs up because of them, as alongside the gamble responsibly warnings, there are also promotional codes. And those tempted to sign up may have done so not knowing that the money spinning in these slots may not be what it seems.
To me, it looks highly misleading. There's a real issue here of informed consent and giving information up front to consumers to make individual decisions. So yeah, there's so much about this that just feels like the Wild West and feels unregulated.
While using casino credits isn't illegal, there are questions over the behaviour of some streamers and casinos. Richard Williams, a leading gambling lawyer, explains the legal status of these casinos.
The Gambling Commission does not licence operators in the UK who accept cryptocurrency as a direct method of payment, so they would be illegal.
There are internet blocks to stop British gamblers going on these sites, but our UK streamer was told to go around them.
At the start of it, I said I can't go on because it says it's restricted in my country, and they were like, just use just don't tell your viewers that.
We're not naming that software to avoid advertising how to access these sites.
Obviously, if they're suggesting that is used, then they are acknowledging that the customer is going to be accessing a website which wouldn't be lawful to access in the UK for British residents.
Well, that's what I found. Some streamers advertising certain crypto casinos as friendly to this trick. A few even offered instructions and personal recommendations for this software. These promotions come from streamers offering tips, not something endorsed by stake.com. That would mean those streamers may be in breach of UK gambling laws by advertising unlawful gambling. But what of the casinos? They say not to use this loophole, but I wanted to see if I could make a UK account. Under UK law, casinos would be operating illegally if they interact with British customers. I made working accounts on 4 sites, 3 of which required no address or accepted a UK one. Stake.com, that also has a UK-friendly site, has recently tightened their ID checks. Even so, I was able to make a temporary account using my driving licence and, amazingly, put my address as that of a Godzilla statue in Japan. An hour later, the account was blocked. Stake.com said they had ways to monitor this loophole, saying they are fully compliant with gambling legislation in the UK. Stake.com does not accept UK customers, it is not possible to gamble on Stake.com from the UK, and we have industry-leading Know Your Customer requirements and tools in place. In this case, a fraudulent attempt to circumvent our KYC procedures failed, and the account was suspended, as it should be, showing that our procedures are effective and compliant with the industry standard. As a result of our findings, the Gambling Commission has launched an investigation into whether these banned crypto casinos appear to be operating in the UK. And they say they will also look into whether streamers are promoting these casinos to British gamblers. The Commission wouldn't comment on individual cases, but said they will investigate allegations of companies illegally interacting with consumers in Great Britain, adding, when we become aware of affiliates promoting illegal gambling sites and encouraging the use of software to bypass geo-blocking, we will take action. While we can't track how many Brits are playing on crypto casinos, the slots page on streaming site Kick has been visited more than 80,000 times from UK devices in August alone. I also took our findings to Gambling with Lives, who support families bereaved by gambling-related suicide.
The findings have really shocked me, but they haven't surprised me because the business model of the gambling industry is based on addiction. The use of streamers is particularly galling when they're using fake money to lure people in to gamble on what are extremely addictive products. The use of crypto casinos in the UK, the offering of crypto gambling in the UK, is not regulated under the Act and is a clear breach.
Some might say, well, this is just business. The streamers are just doing their job and people should be more savvy.
I think every streamer recognizes deep down in their hearts that they have an element of responsibility. I've had many conversations with a lot of streamers who are themselves gambling or have gambled in the past on stream about this responsibility and how to best conduct themselves. A big part of the reason why they do this is because they recognize that if they conduct themselves a certain way, they might not necessarily put their best foot forward, and then that is something that their impressionable audience is going to think is acceptable, and they're going to recreate it.
I took our findings to Stake, who did not respond directly to our questions, but said, Stake is grateful for the material provided. We are investigating and will act swiftly on any contravention of our terms. Stake.com also told us that their product for UK users, stake.uk.com, offers a fully regulated, fun and interactive gambling experience. We have received no inquiries from the Gambling Commission in relation to this broadcast. Stake is committed to responsible gambling and takes the safety of its users very seriously. Streamer Hadzi told Sky News he never played on Stake in the UK and uses the site legally from Malta. He added, I cannot control who sees and who watches the content, but that he is working to make sure the right content is only seen by the right people. He also said, I very much enjoy doing my job and the good it brings to people. I've actively changed many lives over the last 2.5 years, good far outweighing the bad. I do my best to do everything by the book and within regulations. Other streamers, Kick and the teams sponsored by Stake, did not comment when approached for a response to our film. The Advertising Standards Agency said our findings around streamers related to illegal services, and so would not fall under their remit, commenting, anyone advertising crypto casinos directly to British consumers is breaking the law. So, what next?
Anytime we go 11, we're going crazy.
Let's go back to where we started, with Drake, the biggest name and the most famous face of crypto casinos. The questions still facing him are the same as those facing the whole industry.
There's a lot that's not known about him. Does he gamble with his own money? Is his partnership with Stake really a multi-million-dollar deal? What does he think about the risk of gambling addiction among his fellow streamers and viewers? I tried to get in touch with him, but he didn't respond to comment.
Crypto casinos are a wild world.
Hey, it's a max! It's a max!
With high stakes.
No.
And in urgent need of proper scrutiny to protect those at risk. If you've had a problem with gambling or issues with suicide, contact GamStop or the Samaritans.